Hi, this is David. We're going to go over a brief tutorial of the Scratch programming language. So all I'm at right now, you're going to want to open up your browser and go to scratch.mit.edu. That'll bring you to this page. From this page up here in the left-hand corner, you're going to want to hit Create. That'll bring you to the Scratch language editor. Scratch is really simple. It's made out of these things that are called blocks, and all you do is you drag these and fit them together to create your program. And you can see when I click on these, the sprite moved. Okay, over on the right here, you've got a bunch of tutorials. Just go ahead and hit this X and close those out because we're not going to be using any of those right now. To start off with this, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a program that for our sprite, every time we press the up arrow, the down arrow, left, right, the sprite will move in that direction. And that's what this guy is. He's our sprite. We'll make him move in the direction that our arrow keys go. So first we're going to need a starting event, which are in these orange things. You know, they're the starting because they've got this round edge here. Nothing will connect to that. So they're the beginning. I'm just going to use when clicked, when this green flag is clicked over here. Or you could even click this one. So when that's clicked, it's going to start our program. So if I click on this, nothing happens. Nothing happens to our sprite. Our sprite stays where it is. We need something for it to do. So to start off, we're going to want to do, I'll explain why we're going to do this later, but we're going to need this forever loop. So when we click this, that'll start it, and then it will never stop. It's going to keep going forever. We're going to want that forever loop. We call that an event loop. We'll talk about that later too. But we're also going to want these if and else statements. And we're going to want 3 if and else. And we're going to drag them right inside the else part. And then in that last else right here, we're going to drag an if, just a plain old if. These are the most basic structures for logic in programming languages. You're looking at something, and if you see it happen, then do your action. Right now, we've got this empty diamond in each one of these areas. That's what we're going to be looking for. Right now, we haven't told the program what to do, so if I click on it, nothing happens to our sprite over here because we haven't told it to look for anything. So we're going to want to go to Sensing, and you see this key space pressed. You can drag those in. Now, the way this is a little hard sometimes, you can't just put it here. That's not going to work. You need to line up this left edge here with the box, and then you'll see the box highlight. When you see the box highlight, you can drop it down, and it'll work. So we're going to do that for all of these diamonds. Drag it into that little diamond box in the if statement. And you'll notice that these have a drop-down menu. From this drop-down, we can see all the options we want, the up arrow, the down arrow, the right arrow, the left arrow. So for this first one, we're just going to pick up arrow. We could have picked down arrow for that one. Doesn't matter. So we're just going to pick up, down, right, and left. When those keys are pressed, we're going to do the thing in this box. So now if I click on this and I press the arrow keys, nothing happens because we still haven't told it what to do. So what we want it to do now is going to be in motion. We're going to need 2 things. We're going to need point in direction and this move 10 steps. So point in direction, move 10 steps. We're going to want that for each of these. So go ahead and drag all those in. And it doesn't matter what order you put them in because they'll be done at about the same time right now. So these don't matter. And then we're going to want to look at it, and they've got it lined up. So if we want the up arrow pressed, we want to hit up. And we're just going to leave move 10 steps. And we got another drop down. This is down arrow press, so we want down. Right arrow, right. Left arrow, left. Now if I click on this, our sprite will move around when I press the buttons. just like we were hoping to do. These are some very basic things to get started using Scratch. Go ahead and look around at all these other things. See if you can figure out what they do, because there's a lot of different options on here. You can change the background. You can do all sorts of things. And just to get back to everything, you can hit the script button. And now we're on a new thing. So that's how you can use Scratch programming language. Give it a shot, mess around a little bit, have some fun.